I want to go back to just consistency for us, and going back to Alfredo's point of us being really, I guess, tired. We've been tired for a long time, but what we do about it is a different question. That at every time around campaign time, we do get a lot of folks who come and say a lot of things about what they're interested in, what their values are, what they want to study to figure out ideas on. So I want to ask you a couple questions about things that have occurred for us that this dialogue creates the opportunity to do. One, over the last couple of years, a lot of public comments have come to the City Council around some major issues. A year ago, an unprecedented alliance across the city, from WAND to our elementary school board, to Los Amigos, to OCOR, to OCO, to CARE, multiple communities, to ANA, the Anaheim Neighborhood Association, often groups that don't talk for various reasons, came together to say, to not approve the Platinum Triangle plan, and to hold off on that plan, which was Kurt Pringle's last hurrah. Everybody went up to speak, asking them just to hold on. And you did not speak. And I asked you to speak on behalf of our children because we knew it was going to overcrowd our schools. And you agreed with me that it would overcrowd our schools and that there was not a school planned in that plan. So you chose not to speak. When hotel developers came asking for subsidies, our communities went and said, we don't want public subsidies to millionaires. We want a community benefits agreement if you're going to do that. We want a commitment of good paying jobs with affordable housing for those workers and local hiring. Instead, you spoke on behalf of the public subsidies to be given to hotels. You mentioned investing in neighborhoods, yet you went publicly and spoke to give away $156 million of future tax revenue in a time of crisis in our neighborhoods. When we asked you to discuss district elections and to be really clear that we want district elections now, to not go through the expense of a lawsuit, which is general fund money, but to rather have the council vote to put it on the ballot, what you said in public comments was, I support, which was really the Disney letter that was sent out. I support district elections, but also approve the commission being forwarded to study whether we should even have district elections. Yep. So there's actually a possibility this commission might say we don't need to do district elections. So my question to you, Jordan, is when we've needed public advocacy, it appears that in the grassroots community, you've stayed silent when we've needed you to advocate, but when SOAR, Disneyland, Kurt Pringle, and others seem to need a community voice or a local elected voice to speak on behalf of their side, you seem to present yourself and support that side. That's the perception in the community. I'm not asking for a response of why you did or didn't. We can engage that dialogue later, but that's what I think for me personally, because it's not Los Amigos who distanced themselves from you, it was myself. And Amin could speak to his part as well. It was myself. And we don't, as we know in Los Amigos, endorse candidates as a group. Individuals do. So I want to be clear that when you say that there's been a challenge in the relationship with Los Amigos, that's not the case. This group has never said anything publicly about you as a group or asked you to not come to Los Amigos. So I want to be clear on that. So I do look forward to engaging with you on understanding the seeming contradictions of why you support corporate development in such a public way, but not in the subsidizing of our working families. So I'm pleased to hear you're willing to fight for, advocate, sponsor an ordinance for living wages for our workers. And I'm pleased to hear that you're saying district elections. So correct me if I'm wrong, interrupt me if anything you've committed to today, that you support district-based elections where people in that district vote for that and yes. Look for that, and that you will immediately look to settle the lawsuit to save the district millions of dollars. I mean, I'm sorry, the city council millions of dollars to honor California, the California Voting Rights Act, because we know we're right in this lawsuit. That's how we filed it. So let's save millions of dollars and get that settled. That said, you did support a commission in public comments. So yes. If you're saying now you will support and vote with a majority council, if we can get them elected, to settle the lawsuit with district-based elections, what happens to that commission?
Oh, okay. I'm so glad that you asked about the commission versus the Citizens Advisory Committee
That's what I'm talking about.
That the council passed. Because in my public comments on August 8th, okay, I said a charter review commission, the official charter review commission that a city that the city implements before they put something on the ballot. What the council put on, what the council implemented was a Citizens Advisory Committee, I believe, in the interim. This committee has a sunset.
So do
And
you
what
disagree, do you disagree with that committee being established?
No, I don't disagree with that committee being established, but I want to clarify that as soon as this committee has completed its work, I am advocating to begin the charter review process to put district elections on the ballot.
So that recommendation is going to come in June, for action June 2014.
Yeah.
The next election is November 2014. What that means is that you're assuring that the current city council will have its ability to serve out its full term illegally, in our view. That's why we filed the lawsuit. So the question for us is that the sooner we can get to district elections, be it through the lawsuit or through a ballot initiative or through the establishment of a charter commission study. So it seems to me that what you're saying today, so tell me if I'm wrong, that you as a city council member will move, maybe you'll make the motion, maybe you'll introduce the motion to basically dissolve the existing committee and move to begin settling this lawsuit and/or putting the district elections on the ballot for the near future, rather than waiting until June 2014. Here's my problem with waiting until June 2014.
This committee
So you will not
needs to
dissolve it,
complete,
so
this committee needs to
how will you settle
complete
the
its
lawsuit?
work.
How will you settle the lawsuit as you committed to, if the
There are,
committee
there,
still exists?
the lawsuit is, I believe, a concurrent track. Okay, I think there are multiple ways of doing this, and if elected, I will work through all those different avenues
Okay.
to try and achieve this. But no, the committee has been appointed. I think that they need to be allowed to do their work.
What is
And
their work, Jordan?
their work is to look at, as I understand it, the possibility of district elections, and also other community, neighborhood district councils and other facets.
Okay, so let me just ask you a question. So, it seems to me like Jose has a problem with this committee or whatever, this ad hoc committee, okay? Because he's worried that this will take time, and they come back and they say, oh, we don't need district elections, let's say. And then we've lost all this time, and we feel that there's an urgency to get to district elections as quickly as possible. And so that's one side. So can you track at the same time trying to get to district elections while these people are doing review or whatever? Because we don't want to wait 6 months for you to start to track that. That's the first question for you. And then the second question is, will you work from the beginning if you get in to try to set aside this lawsuit so that we can move forward with district elections? Time is of the essence
Yeah,
to
no,
us.
absolutely, and I will work if elected, because the lawsuit is a judicial process, and those issues, and as those of you who have been elected or in closed session is a closed session comment, and I will advocate that we need to settle this lawsuit. At the same time, this committee that has been appointed by this current council and has had members appointed, not only by the members who wanted this committee, but also the members of the council who did not want this committee, needs to complete its work. And I will call for, as I did on August 8th, the Charter Review Commission to do all, now, here's the thing. As I understand it, and this is why we need to have the first meeting of this committee, because I think this committee is going to be tasked with some responsibilities that the official Charter Review Commission would have been tasked with. So,
Right, so you're suggesting it's actually maybe even a stalling mechanism. If it goes to this committee, they may have to go to a charter review committee.
Yeah.
So the
So-
concern
I
is.
don't know that yet.
The
I don't
concern
know
is.
So, what we want to hear from you is that you're not going to sit on your hands
Absolutely.
while this, whatever it is, moves forward, maybe doing nothing as far as we know, that you're going to start from day one, moving forward to get us to district elections.
Yes. Yes, the answer is yes.
So you will commit to agendizing this in the city council?
To agendize
One of
it.
your first actions will be to agendize getting to district elections as soon as possible.
Yes, I will commit to that. I will commit to, well, but
So-
commit to having a discussion on district elections.
So again,
Yes.
today we got a commitment from you, a living wage for the city of Anaheim, which is huge, that's huge. Do you think our people want a living wage?
That's huge.
Settling, or getting us to district elections, settling that lawsuit to save the city millions of dollars, because it's a losing case for the city. To get us to district elections so that we can prepare in our neighborhoods to identify candidates, to support candidates, to start vetting candidates, because we know that others will always start doing that. So we want our neighborhoods to be balanced that way. And you will agendize that.
Yes.
So I'll leave, I'm really
But
sorry.
I want to clarify something. I want to clarify something.
Jordan, stop while you're ahead.